Good morning, Baker. It's Friday, December 1st. I'm Emily.
And I'm Lily.
Well, it's officially Christmas time. Lily, are you excited for Christmas?
I am. Are you excited?
I am, and I hope you are all excited for Christmas, and we'll be right back after the pledge.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
2 host families are still needed for French exchange students. The students will be here from February 18th to March 9th. The students are all girls. See Ms. Fantoni if you are interested.
Help Baker stuff the bus. Baker and MCPSS are partnering with WKRG News 5 and the Salvation Army to stuff the bus with brand new toys for kids in need. You can drop off your brand new toys to the library or Miss Ivy's room in room 813, and the deadline is December 6th.
We went around and asked a few students what the best Christmas present they have ever received is. Here are a few of their responses.
A dog. It died though.
A four-wheeler.
Money.
Well, one time I got a Cabbage Patch Kid. That was cool. I got those every Christmas.
I got a laptop in like 8th grade. I think that's probably the best thing I've gotten. I don't know.
Game Boy, the original Game Boy. I was hyped.
When I was like 7, it was really cool to have a pogo stick.
One time I got this really big horse, and it was electronic. It was a for real friend. Same with Buttercup.
What was the best Christmas present you've ever received, Lily?
Well, one time I got a really big teddy bear, and I still have it.
That's pretty cool. Our last homeroom of first semester is Wednesday, December 6th.
Club and organization pictures will be taken Thursday, December 7th in the gym. Check with your club sponsor for your club's time slot.
The class of 2018 panoramic picture will be taken Thursday, December 7th at 10:30. The senior Hornet Block teachers, please go with your class to the gym for the picture.
Attention Model UN participants. Initial resolutions are due December 5th at 3 p.m. It must be in Word or PDF format. Email your resolution to your committee chair. See Ms. Hines during Hornet Block with any questions, and if you do not submit, you will not participate.
Everybody put on your thinking caps and see if you know the answer to today's trivia. Hey Baker, welcome to BH1 Trivia. You have 10 seconds to answer the following. Which president was featured on the United States $1,000 bill? Was it A, Barack Obama, B, Grover Cleveland, C, George Washington, or D, Theodore Roosevelt? The answer is B, Grover Cleveland. And actually, the last $1,000 bill that was printed was in 1934.
Fox 10 did a package to see how young is too young for kids to have social media. Mackenzie put together a segment showing our view on the matter.
Our generation is centered around mobile devices and social media. However, there are many dangers surrounding these sites and applications. With these dangers, we must ask how young is too young for adolescents to interact on these social platforms. We are inspired by our local news station, Fox 10 WALA, and their story on social media, and they are partnered with behavioral therapist Stephanie Williamson.
Their brains are not ready for this. It's like handing them the world. It gives them a lot of access that they don't know how to manage yet.
And that's not all. She says the constant stimuli from being online at such a young age could lead to real problems when they're older, like impulsive and addictive behaviors.
Surprisingly, our esteemed staff agreed with Ms. Stephanie Williamson and Ms. Lenise Lagon.
Oh yeah, it affects classroom behavior all the time because I feel like this generation is so connected to their phones. I'm constantly having to remind students, you don't have to have it out. It's like dependency is set in for phones, so it's a constant distraction has become a little bit too much of a problem in our classrooms.
Well, I don't necessarily know if it's too young because I don't live with any of them, and I don't know when they do get phones, but I know that probably over 90% of our student body has them, and they're a huge problem because the one thing I've noticed is we don't understand that there's a time and a place, and social media is a wonderful thing. It's a great tool for communication, but it just seems to me that there is not a students don't understand there's a difference of when to use the phone and when not to use the phone. And it's like they have their phone, so they should be able to use it anytime they want. But if I can't, you can't. That's my general rule. So,
you know, it used to be, I guess during my time, that the television was a pacifier for behavior. You can just set them in front of the TV. But now you have instant pacification of children by always carrying around these little boxes with too much information and too much power, and it's almost like an addiction that some of these children have when it comes to social media.
What are your rules about social media and just generally in your classroom or with your children or your family?
As far as rules that I have about social media, well, when it comes to social media, I'm a little lenient about what I actually post on social media. I don't put all the time where I'm at, what I'm doing. I'll post pictures of my children for my family, but other than that, I don't share personal information on social media.
Well, I mean, we do use social media in the house, but my daughter really doesn't get on social media. She's about the only thing she really does is she likes to look at pictures. But we just don't let her surf on the web or anything like that.
Well, we have like a time schedule that they use it. Like they are to come in, and I think they put it away from 4 to 7 to do homework, and then from 7 to 9 they can use it. And then on the weekends, we let them hold on to it on Friday night through the weekend, and then they turn it back in on Sunday, something like that.
Despite the opinion of our esteemed faculty, many students beg to differ and receive their phones and social sites at a young age. What age did you receive a phone for the first time?
I got a phone when I was in 6th grade.
I was in the 5th grade, I think.
I think I was in 5th or 6th grade. I had one of those little slidey phones that they used to make. I had one of those.
I got a flip phone in 4th grade because we got rid of our home phone, but I was only allowed to call my parents on it.
Now that you have insight to look back, do you think you were old enough to have those sites?
I was old enough, but I wish I didn't have it because it was bad.
Probably because, I don't know, I mean, I was 11 whenever I had a Facebook, but it was like, I was friends with like my mom and like my dad, so it wasn't, I wasn't like friends with like 6,000 people on Facebook at 11 years old. Like I had like my family and stuff on there.
No, I didn't even know what I was doing with it. I just wanted to have it.
I mean, I was really immature on it, and my aunt unfollowed me because she said I was annoying, which was kind of offensive, but I totally get where she's coming from now because looking back on it was really dumb.
Our survey of the student body turned up plenty of mixed results. However, in the end, it's up for you to decide how young is too young for social media.
When did you get your first social media?
I think I was in 5th grade, and it was Facebook, and I don't have it anymore. I don't even know the password, but... So, did you hear about Who's Who?
Who?
Well, every year the graduating class votes on Who's Who, and here is 2018's.
Every year, Baker's senior class chooses which of their classmates they would like to be featured on the Who's Who section of the yearbook. We have interviewed a few of them and asked them questions about the category that they were chosen for.
Casey Baker and Megan Holloway were chosen as most likely to become a talk show host. Megan already has an idea of what type of TV show she would like to have.
Probably celebrity news and gossip.
Lance Brunson and Taylor Boykin were chosen as most likely to get a yes from Simon Cowell. Here's a sneak peek of their talent.
Have won our ranks well with the best as anyone can see.
Kate Kramer and Alexis Lumpkin were chosen as most likely to show up late with Starbucks. They both have specific orders that seems to be to blame for their constant tardiness.
A sweet tea with raspberry.
A venti Java chip frappuccino, 2 pumps of hazelnut, 2 pumps of toffee nut, topped with cinnamon and mocha drizzle.
Ian Baum was chosen as most likely to become a millionaire by launching a best-selling app. He already has extraordinary ideas for his plans.
But if I were to make $1 million off of it, I'd probably go with some new video game type, like something innovative.
Caroline Copeland was chosen as most likely to be the best person to bring home to mom and dad. She would like to share with us what it is about her that seems to impress the parents.
What's not to like?
Gabrielle Sneed was chosen as most likely to overuse emojis in every message that she sends.
My favorite is probably the one where like you're laughing but crying at the same time.
Rashawn Christian and Lena Vu were both chosen as most likely to become a meme. Looks like they've already accomplished this prediction. Hunter Roberts and Miracle LaFleur were chosen as most likely to give the most hugs in their lifetime. You can definitely see why they were chosen for this category. Bryson Dismukes and Hannah Christian were chosen as most likely to become the principal of Baker High School. They both have a few changes that they would like to make around Baker as its principal.
I would just crack down on security, make sure children don't leave as much every day as they do.
No more cafeteria food. We would have Chick-fil-A every day, and we would definitely get a pool on there.
Corbin Middleton and Alexis Lumpkin were chosen as most likely to release a fitness video. Maybe they can share with us a few tips and favorites when working out.
No, because if I do, then everybody else will be as swole as me.
Congratulations to our 2017-2018 Who's Who winners. Let's see if your classmates' predictions will actually happen.
There are many ways to be informed on what's going around Baker and
There are many ways to stay informed on what's going on around Baker, like social media, the Baker website, Twitter, or BH1 News. We conducted a survey to see who stays informed through BH1.
Hey Baker, thank you for tuning into our BH1 newscast today. It may come as a shock that our announcements haven't always been relayed through BH1, and in fact, they came a long way since their start about 10 years ago. Back in the day, BH1 only aired once a month and was produced with only one camera and one computer. Now we are lucky enough to have enough resources to be able to do a video broadcast every day. Baker isn't the only school that's made this change. In fact, most schools in Mobile County have copied us and started their own program. But can you blame them? Remember when you had to deal with this?
Attention, here are today's announcements. The Basket Weaving Club will be meeting today in room 104. Congratulations to our Sudoku team for placing fourth in the county tournament. We are proud of you. That is all the announcements we have today. Have a good day.
No one wants to deal with that, which is why we have several other ways of making sure you get the info you need. We took a survey to discover how many students are actually receiving the information that we're broadcasting, and the results were shocking. Out of 150 students at Baker, only 52% of students have a Hornet Block teacher that shows the announcements, and only 40% of the seniors watch the announcements. So next time you miss out on buying a Blacklight ticket, thank your Hornet Block teacher. It's unacceptable for certain Hornet Block teachers, especially those who teach seniors, to rob their students of opportunity to know more about current events and important information. By not hearing the announcements, students miss important deadlines like what paperwork is due for sports tryouts, prom information, new opportunities to get involved in clubs, and other time-sensitive info. In all seriousness, we won't be upset if you don't watch our broadcast every day, but teachers, please at least read off the announcements, since this is the only way for students to receive information.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Baker. Bye, and remember, only 10 days left of this semester.
I hope you have a great weekend. Bye, Baker.
Bye.